What's going on, student pilots and fellow aviator enthusiasts? Welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be answering a subscriber's question, okay? France PT 2004, how much is the cost of all this training? I'm really interested because I'm thinking about pursuing a career as a pilot, okay? Now, if you guys want me to answer your questions, feel free to drop a question in the comment section underneath this video and I will do a video answering your guys' questions. But today's question is about the cost of flight training, so I'm going to take you guys on a breakdown of what I'm paying for my community college degree program. I am attending community college of Baltimore County's aviation degree program for professional pilots. My flight school is Frederick Flight Center in Frederick, Maryland, and here are the costs of attending school and doing flight training. Excuse me. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. So I'm going to be starting, or I already started, January 27th of 2025, which is also my birthday. It's a 2-year program, so I'll be graduating in January 25 of 2007, which is about approximately 2 years, which is awesome because I'll basically graduate 2 days before my birthday. So let's see what classes I'm taking in semester 1. So semester 1, I'm taking 5 classes. I'm taking 2 core college credits, college and math, English and math, and then an aviation history and development class. Each of these classes are going to be core classes except for the ground school and the flight training. Okay, so for example, I will break down the first semester and then you guys can kind of follow along with me, right? So here we have the credits per class, we have the tuition, so the cost per credit, and then there's going to be some lab fees for every class. It's just material fees and a few other fees that the school charges you for that specific class. And then you have the lab fees, guys. The lab fees, I want you guys to understand, is essentially the major cost you're going to have to be paying attention to. It's basically the billed hours for flight training that your school that you're attending will pay to your flight center for your flight training. Okay, so if you see across the board the 3 classes or 4 classes, the aviation history, private pilot ground school, college, and college English, and then math, really only cost $500. My biggest expense here, okay, is going to be this flight training. So that brings my total for my first semester to $8,310. Okay, so it's going to be my first 25 hours towards my private pilot's license that I'll have completed this first semester, and then going to the next semester. So there's going to be a short session for summer, and essentially what you're going to be doing is your second part of your PPL training. Okay, and then again there's just a general elective class that is about $500, but the main cost is going to be this $7,830, which brings the total for that summer semester to $8,325. Okay, so about the same price as your first semester. Okay, all right, going on to year still 2025, starting in August after the summer semester, you're going to start the fall semester. You're back at it with some regular accredited classes plus your flight and ground training. Okay, so here again the major cost is going to be that $6,000 for your instrument rating, the first part of your instrument rating, which brings the total for that semester to about $8,000 again. Okay, so $8,000, and again you're doing these 2 core requisite classes right here, and then you're doing your ground and your flight training right here. So AVN 231 and 232. Okay, and that's basically how the curriculum follows. It changes semester to semester, but it pretty much sticks to that that path, right? So we're gonna go on to semester 3. So a couple more regular classes. We have aviation safety, we have fundamentals of communication, we have introduction to meteorology, That should be a fun class. And then we have just a general education elective right here. All right, and then the biggest cost here again is going to be your second part of your instrument rating, right? So that's going to bring the total for the semester to about $8,600. Okay, so the nice thing about it is this first 2 semesters here, right? I'm going for my PPL, right? And then these 2 semesters here, I'm going to be going for my instrument rating, right? And then you guys could probably guess what comes next is my commercial pilot training. Okay, so similar again, you're going to be doing during your short summer semester session 2, you're going to be doing some ground school, the first part of your ground school, and your first part of your commercial pilot certificate training. All right, again, the biggest cost is going to be the flight training, which brings your summer semester price about $11,000. So it goes up in price as your certification skill level also goes up, right? So that's the second summer semester of this program. And then the last 2 semesters, guys, is so let's go on to the next one. Same thing, you're going to be paying for the second part of your commercial pilot certificate, which again is going to be your biggest cost, right at $10,000. And that plus the other accredited classes is going to be about $12,000. And then finally, your last semester, you're going to be going for your commercial pilot multi-engine and commercial pilot certified flight instructor single engine, right? So that should allow you to graduate and become a CFI so that you can build up additional flight hours to get to that flight hour mark that you want to get to eventually get to the big bucks, to the ATP airlines. Okay, so quick thing about this cost breakdown analysis, some of you may be asking, hey, why did I highlight these 2 semester totals, sorry guys, right here and right here, why are they yellow? And it's because I was in foster care for part of my life, and I have a tuition waiver, and it actually covers my first 2 semesters. So down here I broke down, I'm going to be awarded about 16.6 in scholarships for the first 2 semesters. So my total out-of-pocket cost is going to be about $51,000. For most people, the total cost, the program totals, is going to be right here, guys. Right, this number right here. So $67,555 in total. Again, most of your training is going to be this, right? It's going to be this big number. This 56 is really what you're paying for flight training, okay? And then all of these numbers, smaller numbers, that's the credits, that's your cost per credit, and then your school fees, right? So that's small compared to your flight training. But again, $67,000, guys, for flight training compared to some of these other Part 161 schools is definitely an affordable option. And if you want to make it work, you do have to figure out a finance plan that you're going to stick to and you have ready to pay for school. But if you have that in place, it's definitely an affordable option. I think a lot of people misconstrue that flight training is just ridiculously expensive, which it can be in some places, but there are affordable alternatives. Okay. All right, guys. Well, now that we've gone through a breakdown of how much I'm paying for school, I thought it would be a good idea just to give you 2 other tips that I'm doing to track my career in aviation. So after I graduate, right, I still will only have graduated with about 300 flight hours. And so I want to know now, if I have 300 flight hours, in order to become an ATP pilot, I'll need about 1,000 hours. Okay. The nice thing about the Part 141 program that CCBC offers is when you graduate, all you need is 1,000 hours to start working as an ATP pilot. So I will have graduated right in June of 2027 with about 315 hours. That's my rough estimate based on the total allocated hours of flight training for the program, plus about 15 extra hours that I'm probably going to need just to make sure that I'm ready for all of my check rides and all of my exams. But if I graduated in August of 2027 and then June 2027, I start working as a CFI, working 40 hours a month, I will have reached, right? I want to see how long will it take me working 40, acquiring 40 hours of flight time per month to get to that 1,000-hour mark. And I have estimated to be about December 2028, which we're just going to call it 2029 January, right? So a lot of good marks, right? Milestones on my birthday is going to be reached over the next couple of years. So I don't celebrate birthdays, so I never really believed in none of that, but I might be looking forward to some of these birthdays, not gonna lie, guys. And then I did the same thing. If I wanted to kind of push myself and do the 50 hours a month, then I would reach the 1,000 hours by August of 2028. Okay. So this again is something I recommend you guys all do. It kind of helps keep you, your vision straight, right? If you don't have a plan, your plan is to fail, right? And that's in anything that you do, and especially when it comes to career planning. All right. And then last thing I want to show is kind of a breakdown of where I want my career to go as a pilot, right? And then what is my earning potential, right? Because guys, maybe some of you guys have the luxury to be doing all this flight training and then just, fly for fun. But for some of us, we're looking to increase our hard income, increase the things that we can provide for our family. And for me, it's definitely a motivating factor, and I want to keep my eye on the prize. I want to see where I could potentially get to and what that timeline looks like, so I can be realistic about the time and effort I need to put into this flight training. Okay, so I made a quick breakdown here of each year and what my milestone would be. So at 27 in 2025, I started my program. I plan to graduate in 2029 when I'm 31. I have reached my 1,000 hours. Hoping that year as well to get hired by a regional airline as a first officer. Name of the game is networking in aviation, so I will hopefully have built a good network where I can kind of just progress and get hired. I've never had trouble getting hired in other career fields, so I'm hoping not to have to start having trouble getting hired in this one. So fingers crossed, guys. But if all goes well, here's just a quick progression of where I see myself, and my goal right here is that 300,000 mark by the time I'm 43, and then that would be in 2041. At 43, I'll be making about $300,000 here. I'll be a major airline captain with 3 years under my belt, and this is my salary expectation. So salary goal, let's say salary goal, guys. So anyways, I hope you guys found this useful. I encourage anybody that has questions about cost of flight training or anything I missed to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Share this channel with anybody that might find anything that I share about aviation helpful. And I appreciate you guys. Every subscriber counts, guys. You guys are amazing. One of the best feelings after a 20-hour day is to check my YouTube channel and see another person subscribe to the student journey and my journey as a career pilot. All right, guys, take care, stay safe, pilots, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.